So, hi everyone. The quite good people were here because got a microphone. Thought maybe I should just test for a minute to see if it actually makes any difference. Because when I've bought big fancy big mic, oh no, I think I can hear it. I don't know. No, I'm just going to check for a minute. Hang on. Basically, it's never worked out. When I've got a big fancy microphone for it, it's never worked out. And this one was only 20 quid. So if this ends up being the winner, then because when I've bought big fancy big mic, oh no, I think that does sound like it's making a difference. That is, wow, that's so exciting. I mean, it'll be more exciting when one of you says it makes a difference. But when I've just listened on the phone there, it does sound different. It sounds better. Wow, sorry for taking 10 years to do that's oh man. Oh, so if you're new here, get used to it. But that is definitely going to be part of the channel message. Like it's taken me 10 years to surrender to a microphone. But like I said, I did invest in one 5 years ago, and yeah, it just didn't like it was a big, it was the one that was like it was like 120 quid or something. Fucking sitting over there or sitting somewhere, it didn't work. Yeah, I know I should have sent it back. I didn't, annoying. Um, because I think there's just the hope that maybe one day someone will be able to work it. But me and my best pal tried, and she couldn't either, and I just never bothered again. But and then I kept meaning to get a wee lapel mic, and I just never got around to it. But the amazing thing is, like I said yesterday, this new moon is in my house of communication. So, totally meant to be. Geeking out. But obviously, it'll be better for your experience too. And then hopefully, it'll stop me shouting. Not shout, talking loud, but probably not because I just seem to naturally do it. But right, so I just got to the end of the one from yesterday, and where possible, I'm going to try and stick to the timer on each of the signs. Otherwise, I will lose my voice. But I know it might sound like I've got a sore throat right now. I haven't, but I have used my voice a lot. So I will be resting all of tomorrow and more than likely Friday too. If I do feel like jumping on and doing a live, I don't know, at some point, maybe I think it'd be late afternoon if at all. But to be honest, yeah, I really don't think so. So I'll pop up. But hello, how are you? So Lexi, oh, thank you very much. Um, I'm not gonna really. I mean, well, thank you very much. Yes, I don't know what to say. But this is I tried to I think it's just because like I'm tired. So I thought, that yeah, just yesterday's hair, I told you it looked better today with a bit of hairspray. And my makeup obviously. But thank you. I will take it. Um do you think the sound is different? Do I sound clearer? Oh, what are you doing there? One of my healer guides is like making my arm go on fire there. I want to see if you can notice the difference. Wait a minute, actually. I could really test this out. Oh, look, there's a wee bit of sage flying in there. um, basically, this is going to be the collectible. I hear you. My lungs are, oh no, right. Well, I'm absolutely, let's just, because there's nobody here right now, but even if there was people, I'll send you a bit of healing if you're open to it, which I'm assuming you are if you told me. Wait a minute, I'll put this microphone, got a wee bits about. By the way, this is amazing because the next time I do like don't want to call it an interview, but I'm going to do things like that. But like a chat, a chat with someone. There's like a wee microphone there, but obviously that wouldn't work with you. But if I was doing one in person, it's quite cool. Um, and um, like, look, I'll turn it off for a minute, right? And then let's. So wait a minute. This is me when it's clipped. So it's clipped to my top here. But look, this is. Is that even clearer? Like, does that make a difference? Because if it does, I could just hold it like this, guys. What do you want? What? Request a song. I'm gonna have fun with it. That's life. I'm such a geek. I love it. Remember, Aquarius is about being weird and wonderful. It's the Aquarius new moon. So is it cleaner when I hold it up here? I'm not gonna do it, even if it is like, but I could put it higher up or something. um, too close to your right. So that's too close. By your chin was okay. Okay, let's hide it behind the hair, so it's not making. It's fine when the hair's over it. Is that okay? Is it still? Because I just wanted you to see the difference. So it's still clear, even like this. I don't need to. Right. So because you've just mentioned about your lungs, what I'll do is I'm going to put my hands on. Wait a minute, that's not. I was going to go to my heart. That's what so I'll put my hands on your lungs are here, aren't they? Okay, I'm not a doctor, a medical person guy. I'm a medical medium, so I do kind of roughly know, but we'll just. Oh wait a minute, lungs are at the back, aren't they? They're at your. No, that's kidneys. Oh no, I'm getting totally mixed up. No, they are at the front. It's to, if I remember rightly, is the lung not like to the? It's like to one of the. Yeah, no, it's both sides. Because anyway, sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think I was thinking of something to do with digestion, like if you rub certain essential oils on like the left or the right side or something, it's meant to help with digestion, whatever. Um, I'm just gonna. So it is your chest, you mean? Yeah. So that's where I went first. See, I think they're showing you something about overthinking because I intuitively went to put my hands on my chest and then I was like, wait a minute, would I not? Right, I'll put my hands. Maybe I am actually feeling it's by each side of your heart. Why am I thinking it's like lowered? That's weird. I'm thinking, yeah, the kidneys are at the back. Would it not extend down like under the boobs or that too? If you've got boobs out there, people. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if I've been tuning into you then, because like it is hard for me, like with what, because when I was watching replay, although like Renee said that like while I was live and I took it in even more on the replay that like I said, I feel it is more than just Renee. I feel it will that'll make different things different. It'll mean different things to different people. But the whole like me sleeping on the couch, that is weird. That Renee said that she's been sleeping on the couch for a year. I mean, I hope I'm not going to be on here for a year, but it's um, it's obviously it's meant to have like shifted some energy. You know what I mean? And like I'm just wondering like it because it feels like it does feel tender. And that was the word that I posted earlier, like tenderness. Try a little tenderness. But it feels tender. It feels like as if I had like a chest infection or something, which I haven't had for years. So please keep that away. But yeah, I think I might be tuning in. Hello, Charlotte. How are you doing? Charlotte, I hope that you weren't too tired today and you made your work and everything. Did you see what I posted in the community tab that right after I came off the call, I pulled expansiveness? And Charlotte had been using that word just minutes before, and I thought that's hilarious. Oh, and the word was communication. When I've just been speaking about communication, Charlotte, I've got a microphone. It only took me 10 years to get one, but and like I just said a minute ago, I actually got one, a big fancy one 5 years ago, and it didn't even work. So, but I feel quite excited about that. Um, Heart, spleen, stomach, pancreas, and large intestine are located under the left breast. Did you Google that, or do you just know that? um, right. Just concentrate for a minute. I'm just asking them to send you a bit of healing to your lungs. can feel my back on fire as I'm sending this, so we know that that means they're sending you the healing. And actually, anybody that's watching, that's my sign for when I'm feeling it anywhere in my body. But usually, when the heat is going to my back, it's I'm sending the healing to your heart or wherever you need it. Oh my god, I did think you were going to oversleep. Sorry about that. I'm glad you made it to work though. Ah, you had to Google, yeah. Yes, Kurt has a chest infection, right? Oh, right. See what I mean? Maybe I'm picking up on him too. I'm sure I need to throw my e-cig away. Do another quick thing with you. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just mention it the next time we have our sessions. Um, maybe I am picking up, but that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm picking up on a chest infection. So thanks for telling me that, actually, because then that might lift. But like I said, I have used my voice a lot, and then I'm definitely back tomorrow. That's why I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any. I won't be doing any talking tomorrow. I'll just be watching Love Island that I missed tonight and catching up on all the other ones. So I watched. I did watch it at like 2 in the morning last night, but because I had the volume down, like I'll need to watch it again. So, right. We'll just put that out, and I'll trust that that'll you'll start to feel a bit of relief. It just depends how you're doing, but I'll keep you in my prayers as we go while I'm doing it and generate the. Oh, have we already got 5 likes? Thanks very much, guys. So yes, it is the year of the snake today, and it is the new moon in Aquarius with all of that Aquarius energy going on. I shouldn't really need to go into it too much because I've went on about it like I was gonna say all week, but it's only Wednesday. But um yeah, so we've got the sun and the moon, obviously, because it's a new moon, Mercury, planet of communication, basically extra galactic energy. And usually when I wear this color of blue, it either reminds me of like Aquarius galactic energy or like that side of me, or I also associate this blue with Mother Mary. So I wasn't going to use those cards, but I will if they guide me to. Because I've got like I need, you know what I mean? I can't decide what ones to use because I've got so many like that. So I don't know that I'll use the same decks for all the signs. But so I honestly, I think this could be one when I'm sitting here to like another 2 in the morning job. So if you're looking for something to do, you can keep me company. You don't need to be here for all of them or just. And remember, any of these, I'm going to do a collective first right now. Any of these can make sense with anywhere because we've all got 12 houses and we've all got the 12 signs somewhere. So I'm not one of these people that you're here saying, you know, it's specifically. Well, it depends which way you look at it. What I mean is, like, I sometimes listen to people and they say, or I notice other people being like, oh, I haven't got any planets. I haven't got any of that energy anywhere. And that just annoys me because you have, even if you've got an empty house, you've got that energy. And I could tell you how that makes you in life. You know what I mean? Um, doesn't mean that what I say is always going to totally resonate with you. It really just depends, but usually it does because I'm just channeling it. You know what I mean? It's if it's a personalization, we'd feel into it. So a good example would be like Virgo energy. Virgo typically is like placements are like clean freaks, like really good at tidying up and in general and all these other things and healing and that. But sometimes having like a Virgo rising could make you have just described. But I've read some Virgo risings or moons or like suns where actually they're quite messy people and really cluttery. And it's because they're doing a bit like I would more resonate with it, this one that I'm describing, like, because you're thinking, right, when I actually tidy that up, it's going to be amazing. When I do this, it's going to be amazing. And it kind of links back to what I said last night about I was always like, I'm going to save that outfit I'm going to save that dress usually for like a really special night out. And it doesn't matter what was going out, like, whether it was my birthday or a friend's birthday or Christmas or New Year, the the special dress night never seemed to come. You know what I mean? And then so I was always just wearing like my second best, or like even like I'll wear that. It's nice. It's hot, but not as hot as that. And then by the time I want, by the time, yeah, like I said, the time never came. Like I just didn't fit the dresses anymore that were really nice. So that's you apply that to your own life. That could be like, I don't really want to be with this person. I really want to be with that person, but I don't feel good enough yet. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna delay that, and then you could leave that, you know, you could leave it till it's too late, whether you're a man or a woman, about a man or a woman. You know what I mean? But you could do that about work as well. Oh, I'm only just doing this just now, but I'm going to follow my dreams like in 10 years. Before you know it, 20 years could pass. You didn't follow your dreams. I've spoke to loads of people, especially people a lot older than me, that could sometimes feel like that they didn't, they didn't do what they were meant to do, or they didn't follow their dreams. But also, if that is speaking to one of you, like I've, especially people I've spoken to in their 50s and 60s and 70s, it's, I would pose it to you that you actually did do what you're meant to do. Like some people's callings are literally to be a mum or a dad. Like that is like, it's in your chart. It's a huge, big part of your, like the biggest part. I mean, some would say that being a mum or a dad is the biggest part of your life. But you know what I mean? It's like there's some people, there's less emphasis on what it is you do for work. And it's like a more of a calling to be a mum or a dad or whatever, or an auntie or an uncle, or blah blah blah. So I trust that alone means something to somebody. But yeah, and also we've got Pluto as well. So um Pluto is, yeah, still like Pluto's that, but I would still consider the Pluto is still very much conjunct the Mercury. So the messages are going to be like intense again. But again, it doesn't make, you won't see the difference. My messages are always intense because I have my own Pluto conjunct my ascendant. So um Venus and Pisces with the pre-shadow now. So I've got some love cards. Yeah, we'll just see. They might end up being 20 minute. Oh. Basically, if I can't be arsed doing all the signs, I might have to. It annoys me when I do that, but I might have to leave it and then pick it back up Friday, or because I wouldn't do it. Don't think I could do it tomorrow. It really just depends. I'll just go with the flow. I'll just go with the flow, guys. I'll trust my intuition and my guides. So I titled it that because that's what one of these cards is called. And I noticed when I was watching that one back, and so I posted that in the If You Need to Tap It. I know nobody's really going to care, but I just like, I don't know. I just wanted to share it. That as I got to the bit where I was still mind blown at me saying that about, well, Charlotte said it, and then I said whatever, the 511 thing connected to that being significant to you, Charlotte. I just got to the bit where I was saying, "Oh, I'm still mind blown at that," and then I looked at the time, and it was 5:11 again, like tonight. Just like of all the times I could, like, if I'd started watching it earlier or later, it would have been that time at that bit. And so again, that's like Inception, isn't it? It's like just, yeah, it was nuts. But I just had to share because it was like I end up just being like, yeah, that makes sense that that happened. Like that's how much it can be. I still get amazed, but it's just it's non-stop. It's quite funny. So the 5th of November must be really significant for other people. I can think of many reasons why it is for other people, but it's yeah, it must be. So remember the 5th of November. Maybe there's fireworks too, but I think it's for more reasons than that. Um, that's Scorpio season as well. So yes, it was insane, absolutely insane. Um, what else? Yeah, let's just do this. So I've got my cards here for when I'm doing the signs. So what I'm going to do is, I noticed when it got to the end that you didn't even see that I pulled discernment. Um, so yeah, because it just ended abruptly. So I will read it now. So yes, so basically the feminine. So this is for yesterday, but the thing is, like I say, everything's timeless. So anything I'm saying for when I get going with the signs literally can happen at any point. You know what I mean? So, um, threw it away. Threw what away? Discernment. Recognize clarity so that you know when you are off. Okay, so this Pluto conjunct Mercury is very good for discernment. You know, it's just very good for getting right down to the nitty gritty. You know, it's good for uncovering hidden stuff, secrets, hidden fears inside yourself, um, all that jazz. And then the masculine's card was this one: onwards and upwards. Let go of outgrown situations. The new will be unveiled. And so I was gonna actually pull that while I was live, but I ended up just like shuffling before I came live, and I was just going to tell you and shuffle again. But I think we're just going to take that one as it, because it makes complete sense with um. So let's just read. So I've actually read the discernment card before, but the fact that I've only had this deck, I don't know, a few days, not even a week now, and it's come out twice, that means something in itself, that's an important message. And also, I just went past healthy boundaries, which I've stressed are going to be really important, well, all the time, but definitely this weekend, because all that Pisces energy can mean that, you know, people aren't going to have a very good awareness of boundaries. So you have to activate your no, embrace clarity and consent. This clarity word just won't piss off. And again, like I said to Renee last night, my main session is called Crystal Clear Clarity. So I think it might be an extra sort of hint for people that if you haven't booked a session, that's what I help people get in the session is I'm either clearing your energy, that means clear, or bringing the clarity. But it's usually, well, no, it's always like clearing the energy and getting the clarity, which is also the way that my soul retrieval comes through. Sorry, I'm not drank enough today, so I need to. Right, so for the feminine, but this is also the masculine's feminine side, your feelings. Recognize clarity so that you know when you are off. Clarity. This card is all about discernment. Discernment means having a clear, oh yeah, and this one's about no as well. Having a clear internal navigation system to know when something is a yes or when it's a no. Or what I like to say is if it's not a fuck yeah, it's a fuck no. Discernment is very important when working with guides, angels, and astral beings, as it's paramount that the information you're receiving is not getting distorted and is coming from a pure source. That's why you'll hear me say quite a lot, be careful that you're not tapping into demons. And although it sounds like I'm joking, I'm not joking. I think many people don't realize that there are energies that can trick you in the spirit world. So you have to have a practice of making sure you're tuning in to that pure energy source. Discernment is also, of course, important in everyday life, knowing intuitively where to put your energies and what to engage with and whom. Discernment can also relate to feeling where something is coming from and what is useful in the moment. This oracle deck is designed to be an ally for this. Intuition can be experienced through the strength or weakness of the energy in our body. Muscle testing can be good for this. It can also be prudent to check in with our energies and ensure they're clear. The water section of this deck holds various keys for ensuring energetic clarity. In challenging moments, discernment is also required to determine whether boundaries need to be called on or if we are simply feeling out of our comfort zone. Learning to distinguish this also ensures we're not sabotaging ourselves by turning down something we actually want, which is, I've already spoke about a lot yesterday. But well, it comes through all the time actually, but feel unable to receive or have unnecessary projected fear around it or projected. Of course, it's always up to you if you feel a no, no matter what the situation is. But recognizing and discerning whether or not something will be for your greatest good is valuable skill to hone. Really learn what it feels like when you're clear and when you're not. We are generally taught to recognize this feeling. We're not generally taught to recognize this feeling. But when I activated my ability to do this was life changing. It empowered me to immediately call on the protocols to clear my energies if they were off. Then I could get on with my day without dissonant energy dragging me down or messing with the micro decisions that make up my bigger life path. It enabled me to choose love over fear more often. That came up last night. But it's basically it's like it's most people tuning in are going to know this but for the people that don't, it's about like, you know, cutting the cords after every single interaction you have. And like, you know, you might think you only need to cut the cords with people that you don't want anything to do with, like exes or karmic anyone or whatever. But it's actually everyone, you know, like you need to cut the cords after every interaction because you need to know where you end and they begin. And this is something that I often stress when I'm like talking to a client with like strong Pisces energy, like definitely like Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, because Mercury in Pisces actually that's a really every time I've seen in someone's chart, but put it this way, Mercury in Pisces, you extremely powerful, like psychic ability and for tapping into things like that, but I've noticed anyone with that, like that I've come into contact with, can often have issues with like you know when I've said about like you know my rules about like not you know just kind of like reading people without their permission, like or unsolicited advice, and it's because you know the if you've got Mercury in Pisces, you might be able to tap in, but it's like it's an invasion of people's space, you know, like that. This is my dance space, that's your dance space, like if people haven't asked you, you shouldn't really do that. So it's good to be aware of that when either Mercury's in Pisces, which it isn't, or oh, but actually, yeah, it will be. It won't be too far away. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about it more when it comes in. Yeah, well, unless we're going to no, unless it goes into Mercury, I don't know. It will at some point. I'll tell you when it's. It'll be like probably like March sometime or something, maybe March or April, but might not be that far. I don't know. We'll deal with that when we come in. But but also Venus in Pisces. So, like I said, I know lots of great mediums in that have got Mercury's in Pisces, like healers and mediums. But like, I'm sure they'll be able to resonate with what I just said about the shadow side of it. Like, I've actually experienced it from people that are like mediums and psychics, where they'll give me information about like you know psychic information, and actually it did irked me a bit because it was like I don't actually want to know about that part of my life, and you didn't even ask me. And sometimes but that was part of my training from God in the spirit world too, was to recognize that you know about like for myself, like you know, like it's like I feel things all the time when I'm emailing back and forwards most of the time, or because I'm not going to say in a session, because if I feel it in a session, I'm going to tell you. But there's something sometimes I'll feel and I won't say to you because if I notice it's not in your awareness, and it's something that you need to work out for yourself. That's the counselor part of me, you know. Whereas I suppose somebody that had similar gifts to me that didn't have the background that I have, maybe wouldn't be able, not maybe, wouldn't be able to recognize that you need to let the person get there themselves. So it's you know, like you said, that's where I take pride in my Pluto my Pluto energy, like to sort of really sort of tune in to that. Um, but um Venus and Pisces as well, which oh yeah, which is where it is. That can be like love goggles. So Venus and Pisces can fall in love really easily, and it's like very romantic. So say you're like a if you're a woman with Venus and Pisces, this goes for a man too, but if you're a woman with Venus and Pisces, like you probably like that would be the way to woo you, you know, like flowers and chocolates and romantic dates and you know, anything like romantic like Nicholas Sparks kind of notebook kind of love. Um and the same with a guy. Like it might be like a guy that's got a bit more of a hidden sort of romantic side, like maybe even likes watching chick flicks and that and like, you know, kind of or just very sensitive, you know, like honoring their feminine energy because Pisces is a feminine energy. Um, but the shadow side of that, I've definitely helped people where, like, if we knew what they're, you know, if we've had access, like, say, like, you know, in the past because of anonymous, I can think of like where people have maybe went out with someone for a while and then realized after a while that they were a, you know, not a good person to be around or a karmic energy if they've known their birth details, you know, like probably when the person was with them. Like I've noticed quite a lot of experiences where someone's been with like a total narcissist that's like told you they love you like after a few days or like a week or something, like, you know, and you've just met kind of thing. That could be like a shadow side of the Venus and Pisces, which is why I'm saying it's really, really important that you take on board this Venus retrograde when it comes about first or the second, something like that, of March, like when it actually goes retrograde. But even right now, because we're in the post shadow, so whether you're a male or a female, whether you're same sex couple or heterosexual, if it's a brand new talking to somebody on Tinder or however fucking people meet these days, you know, it's like, um, or like you meet them anybody else, like going on a date, just it doesn't mean that it's not going to that it couldn't develop to be something good. It just means take it slow because it's your this is prime time. Uh, that's why discernment will have come out. Actually, it's like a lot easier to be fooled when Venus is in Pisces, and like I say, when Mercury's in Pisces too. Um, because of that, it's confusion, illusion, and it would also be linked to what I talk about all the time. Wait a minute, can't really see the words, with things to do with like spell work and black magic and manipulation, because the shadow of Pisces and actually Cancer and actually Scorpio, all the water signs, the shadow of all the water signs is manipulation. So that's what I'm saying about sometimes people don't know the difference between, oh, I love you, you're so amazing, and love bombing, you know? Like, does the person's words match up with their actions? Um, but yeah, that's usually a huge red flag. Which is, remember, that's why I'm saying Venus retrograde. Um, it's not. It doesn't need to be a bad thing overall. Like, for if this is somebody coming back from your past, and it's resurfaced feelings, which is how it is for a lot of twinblies. Um, that's not love bombing, because the chances are within a lot of people that I talk to, it's like this person might have actually never expressed their love for you or like even remotely when you're like played it far too cool. So that's not love bombing. That's like everything coming up to the surface and not being able to contain it, and that would be very Venus and Pisces too. It's not, especially because it's water. But you know what I mean. So it's good. It's very good. You've got to know the difference. And again, it's an extreme example, but they weren't. But I think maybe because on the shorts I did mention, because this is an Aquarius new moon, but particularly because of the aspects with Pluto. Pluto on the dark side, it is it is dangerous. Like Pluto placements, like the way that they meet up with other people, it can either be like transformational energy. Like, so for instance, I use my Pluto energy to really, it's intense sessions, but it's transformational, rebirth, death, rebirth, like, clear that, put an end to that for the new to come in, like the title. But it's not for the faint of heart. Like, the people that book a session with me, they usually do have a feeling that's like things are going to change, but they'll, like, it's like I said last night, because Renee brought up um the death doula thing, or it also can be referred to as a soul midwife. I'm also the type of shaman where it's psychopomp. So it's like, it's kind of like, it's clear, it's a lot of clearing energy and clearing the end of something and the death of something, but it would already have been on the way out. So like, people that come to me, they usually already know the death of a situation is close, like the end of a friendship, the end of a relationship, but it's not always, sometimes it's a transition, like the change, like it's been this way, like I've allowed this person to manipulate me for this long, but now I'm recognizing I don't want it to continue that way. So sometimes it's either I don't want to be around this person, it's a boundary, and I don't want to be around them ever again, sometimes in some cases, or I don't want to be around them for like a few months or 6 months or however long, until I feel like I've got retrieved back my energy and I know who I am. And it's not just who they wanted me to be. And they can be quite a few people. Um, or sometimes it's like I just need to hold my energy, really just assert my boundaries until this person gets it, that it's not going to be the way it's been before. Like, it needs to change. Like, if we're going to move forward, you're not going to get to take the piss, and I'm going to not take the piss out of you. Let's respect each other. So you can see how that could go for any relationship, because I could see how that would fit for romantic relationships, but I was actually more thinking things like friends and family when I was saying it there. So, but that could go like with a boss as well, and a co-worker. Like, remember that I channeled that when I was doing one of the lives the other day. Like, hey, you, like, like, this is how I do my job, so you do your job your way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's so, like it must have been someone's actual situation, because I picked up on it really strongly. But yeah, anyway, so all that wanted to come through, and then also the Pisces, the Venus in Pisces will then it actually goes into a Venus retrograde in Aries. So that's that's going to be a whole different ballgame. Like I'll talk about it when it moves there, but that'll be like, and that's I've got Venus in Aries, Lexi's got Venus in Aries, so Shane, if you've got it as well, but it's very passionate, playful, like the best Venus sign there is. I'm only joking. It's a good one to have though. I don't know about you. Like I love my Venus sign. Like it's passionate, but it's like the shadow side of that. With the shadow side of Aries, anything is anger. So Venus or Aries, it could mean like, you know, there could be angry situations in love. So that might not necessarily be like you and your person. That could be like the karmic energies, like getting angry about not being with who they want to be with, or but it's equally it could be like, you know, getting passionate about any kind of topic that you're passionate about, which is great to be passionate. But I think any Aries sun, but I would say any Aries sun, moon, or Lexi's both. Lexi is, wait a minute. Lexi, is that right? Why do I always forget that? But are you not? I know that your sun, moon, and Venus, but is your Mercury? Oh no, your Mercury is the same as me. Yeah. So Lexi is sun, moon, and Venus in Aries, and you've got Mercury and Taurus like me. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is if you've got strong Aries, you can often be mistaken for being an angry person when it's actually not that you're not angry, you're just passionate. Like so for instance, like there is a theme really right now of Saturn as well. There's a theme right now of like, you know, there's a lot of people very vocal about how they feel about the things that are drummed into children's heads at school, like because you know that is what I was channeling about yesterday, and it's I'm just noticing it's very in the air right now. It's probably because I don't want to go into politics too much, but it's probably because of what's being put in place in certain areas of the world. But I have to say I agree with it. It's one of the things like I said, I could get really angry about that, or is it anger? Is it passion? I think it's fucking sick. You know what I mean? And like I've said, like I wouldn't if I had a kid, there's no way I would be allowing them to get taught the certain things that they get taught at school. And how do you don't how are you meant to know even what they're getting taught at school? You just don't know. It's and the thing is I don't want to go too deep into that again, but it is totally the Pluto conjunct the Mercury. I bet you half the teachers think the same thing, but they'll get in trouble if they say they'll not be wanting to teach some of the things either. Anyway, it's like we have to be ridiculously PC these days. Um, but right, so let's now read onwards and upwards. Yes, onwards and upwards. So this is the masculines. Oh, how weird is that? I just opened the book up at time to go there. Yeah, it's time to go there, masculine. You've been running away from wherever there is for too long, male and females. What are you avoiding? What you are avoiding may be what is ready to move. Empowered action. I think I opened up the book there for a reason. Right, I'm going to use these cards for the thing. 45. So this is the masculine, but this is also. Oh no, it's not 45. I don't know where I'm getting. I don't know where I'm getting 45 from. Is somebody does 45 connect with someone? 4 and 5 is 9. It's a year 9, year of the snake now. Endings, leadership. But it's actually 43, which was a year 8, which is what last year was. I'm a year 8 actually. So this is the masculine, but the feminine's masculine side as well. Your action, your decision making, your boundary setting, boundaries being a big theme right now. Let go of outgrown situations. The new will be unveiled. Um, so the only thing, all these cards say clarity. That's quite interesting. So clarity really is screaming at us everywhere. The only thing we can be sure of in life is change. Change. Wait a minute. I need to hold that up because I think that's the one I'd like to use because. Wait a minute, actually, maybe both of them. Hey, I've got that feeling of something being stuck in my throat again. Now, I know that that resonates with quite a few years, but I need to talk until that goes away. So there's definitely some people that need to speak up here. Like this has been coming up in personal sessions, but it actually comes up, I'd say, in every personal session I do, because I help people speak more of their voice and their truth. But it's, I can feel it. It's like this bit of bread stuck in my throat again. That's how it feels, but it's always about speaking your truth. I'll sneak in here. I think I'm still shouting even though I've got the microphone on. Right. Oh, you can't read it. Oh, this is so annoying. I wonder if there must be an add-on. Can you see that it says? Can you even see what it says? Oh my god, I get so pissed off with that. Fuck, I think I might just go with this. Fucking joke, honestly. Right, surely. I just if it's not, then fine. Like I just can't. I can't even deal with that shit. Right, so yeah, that'll do. That's fine. Um, the only thing we can be sure of in life is change. Change can bring transformation, evolution, which is what the snake's about, rebirth. But to welcome the new, we must loosen our grip on what was. The ironic paradox is that by letting go, you will likely attract the very thing you're calling in. When you cling to things, and that's for the feminine too, if you think about it, because like that's what I was just watching at the end of that. Like you have to let go of the very thing that you want, which is your divine masculine and your union. But to call it in, you have to properly let it go. And that's like anything in life. We all know that when you detach and you just properly let it go, which is what the Pisces Moon weekend will be about this weekend, you just surrender, you know? And a lot of the time, things can come in. And that's like money too. Like if you're like, oh, I've not got any clients, you're just like, right, well, fuck it, I'll just take a rest and take a day off. And then that's usually when someone books for me. Popping off, but we'll join in later if I can. Right, well, have a lovely day, Charlotte. Um, or night rather. Um, when you cling to things in the paradigm of scarcity, you create more of the same frequency in your outer life. When you loosen your grip, you become magnetic to your desires. And again, it's very crystal clear. It's because nobody likes desperado. Do you know what I mean? So you need to heal that within you. You know, you need to heal that energy. Or, it depends because well, there's no ways about it. You need to, if you're the feminine, yeah, you absolutely, it is your responsibility on this journey, whether you're male or female, you have to heal that within you, right? Because if you don't, the masculine will always they'll just always keep running, and choosing other people, and so you have to heal that within you. For the masculine, then they will at some point be led to do that too. But it definitely, I feel for those of you that are already in reunion and unions, and you're still, the healing never stops. But there's definitely some of you where you've got quite a significant bit of healing to do whilst being together. So if this is you, take it. If it's not, don't, because it actually isn't a lot of people. But it's okay if you've still got some kind of panicky um, feeling in you, or like some sort of codependency, or because it's like it doesn't matter if we call it that or not, but just something, but I think what would be good is if you just be honest about it, like just share with your twin flame, if because this is what it feels like I'm talking about, and just basically like, yeah, just, I know it, but this is what I mean. I know it's not easy. I think that's why I'm feeling that. I can feel that's why I'm feeling that in my throat, because I know, because this is who I help both men and women with quite a lot, that um because I attract people that are in the masculine energy, it's not as easy for men and women in the masculine energy to do that, and that's what I've like said. I've been helping people with that for a decade now, but it gets easier. Like there's definitely those of you that I've worked with over the years that I'm like so proud of. Whether I've had a session with you lately, this year, last year, 5 years ago, wherever, whoever is tuning in, or the ones in the future, where it's like it's amazing to think how far you've come, like with being able to open up about your feelings and stuff like that. And just always remember that that's always, just to keep stressing this, if you are the masculine, male or female, your divine feminine, male or female, will have had trouble sharing their feelings at some point too. It can look a bit different, because it usually is the way that someone is like very able to emotionally express themselves, and and the other one isn't, you know, or isn't as good at it. But like I said, you can learn to be better at it, and you can actually help each other. And whatever the feminine isn't so good at, you'll find that the masculine excels at that. And the more closer you come to being in a union, like a healed union is what I would say. But you know, but just bear in mind, I don't believe anything is ever truly 100% healed. But what I mean is, like, you know what I mean. Cleared a lot of the trauma, and you're not got as much shit coming up as what others would that are trying to, make something work. That's like you need to spend time apart. Basically, usually people that have been in a big separation and you've done what you need to do. You know, they're showing me they're showing me the scene from After that I go on about all the time. So if you've not heard me talk about the After films, they're on. Wait a minute, they're on Netflix. I think they're all on Netflix. And if you haven't got Netflix, you can get weirdly. You don't get the first one on Netflix, but it is on here somewhere. If you can't find it, I'll find it somewhere. I think I saved it because I kept losing it. And then the rest of them are on Prime, but they're brilliant. They're brilliant. They're very actual. So if you cringe watching sexy stuff with other people, then I wouldn't be watching that because it's like whoa. But it's very beautiful as well. Very beautiful sex scenes too. But I like to use that example because it's a great example of codependency, both within twin flames, but actually also some bits I would say karmic partners. But even more so if you're what I would call a Plutonian twin flame connection, where it's actually been very karmic at certain points, and then because it's and again I know that there are quite a few of you out there where that would resonate because that's totally me. Like again with my Pluto placement and just from the way it matches up with my twin flame, we're very Plutonian. That like because I'm Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto, and he is an actual Scorpio at the highest degree. So it's like very basically, I'm very good at teaching people about the shadow. So I feel my twin flame would be too if he wanted to, if he chooses to, which I actually think he will at some point anyway. But like which is very snake medicine because, like I've said before, snake is one of the energies I work with, and it's not. Which is quite funny because I use the term quite a lot of snake in the grass, or even like a wolf in sheep's clothing. But that's how it's kind of like you've got to know the difference between wolves as a beautiful powered animal of discernment, which a lot of you have the wolf as a powered animal too, or you just feel connected to it because that's my energy too. But um but there is such a thing as a wolf in sheep's clothing, and and then there is also such a thing as a snake in the grass. But the power animal or the spirit animal or insect or whatever these things are, reptile, you can use the light side of it, like you can use the empowered side of it. Like snake medicine is very potent, and that's the one I always say about your words could harm or heal. So it's good to be wise of, do your words harm or do they heal? Like it's good to stop and slow down before you say something that you're going to regret. And again, I think they're getting me stressed that because with this energy right now, this astrology, it could be quite, there could be quite a lot of situations where you could speak out of turn, and hurt somebody. So I hope nobody has had that happen to them recently. I'm sure you have in your life at some point, or I'm sure you've done it as well. But just I pray that that isn't the case for anyone. So where did I get to here? The ironic paradox is that by letting go, I've read that bit. Yeah, clinging is also associated with a feeling of contraction rather than expansion. Oh God, there's that word again. Expansiveness, expansion. We know what happens when we manifest contraction, fear. Circumstances arise that reflect our fears, giving us the opportunity to bring disowned pieces of ourselves back to a place of love and acceptance, which is when I said about retrieving back your soul parts, because that's everything that I help people do. Wait a minute, I'm actually just going to make sure because I went somewhere else bringing all that through. We're going to go from crying to kicking down doors and taking names. Yeah, totally. Or passionate, passionate, lovely experiences too. Actually, that's true. Like Venus and Aries, that's pretty hot. If you've dealt with all the like angry karmic situations and you're actually in union, I mean, those twin flames will be having a right old passionate time. You know what I mean? Playful too. Not just. I'm not just talking about the obvious. You're just having fun because Aries is about having fun, and it's like inner child energy and actually making babies, quite literally. So, and if you don't want to, be careful because Aries is about birth and babies. And I'm sure you can take a separate photo and make it a cover for the video before uploading. Yes, I can, but I am never that organized, Lexi. You can, yeah. Not, but the thing is like on my phone I can, but on my laptop, the way that I come on here, because I go through Zoom, I would need to take the photo on my internal camera on my laptop. I don't know if I've never done that. I mean, it can be done, but it's just like I think I'm going to research how to get. I think I'm going to research if there is a how you can sort of there must be an extension that you can make this camera better or something because I don't know what it is, but it's like I like the blurring effect of like I said, Zoom just makes my. To be fair, my skin actually is like it depends what you mean by good because it can be dry, but it's very clear, you know. Clear again, clear. But I do have wrinkles. Like I'm just saying, like I said yesterday, like I do have quite deep wrinkles actually. Well, I've got one in particular on my forehead, but on this, it doesn't look like it, guys. It really doesn't. Like even if I go, maybe if I go close up, you can see. You know what I mean? But this, whatever it does, it's like magic. But I don't like it because it's like you can't even see the card. It blurs out the words. You know what I mean? Anyway, look, you still can't see it. It's just disappeared. Maybe it is. I am aging backwards. Maybe it is just disappearing. See, when I get into the juicing, I've noticed like things like wrinkles and that do actually start to disappear. But yeah. So without Botox, I might add. Again, you might think, what have you got against Botox? Well, actually, quite a lot. If you want to do it, fine, but I can't stand that. I don't think it looks good, and I'm just being honest, and I don't want it for myself. It's putting poison plastics in your body. It's never going to be a good idea. Right, so it can go wrong quite a lot too. So if anyone was thinking of doing that, please don't. Yeah, definitely. Actually, I think they're getting me to say that because this is definitely not the time to do any kind of like things like that. With Venus retrograde being about beautifying yourself, if you like that's what I mean. You could suddenly think it was a good idea to get Botox in Venus retrograde, and then like as soon as it comes out of that, like completely regret it, and you know, like how many there's been so loads of celebrities that have done that. That they put all that stupid shit in their lips and look like I mean like, and then like after they get all dissolved in that because it looks like shit. You know what I mean? Like they should do like I just don't even know why people even think that looks good. Because whenever I speak to guys, by the way, if you're a guy out there that finds that shit attractive, then I think you're in the minority. Because whenever I've spoke to men of all ages, men don't find that attractive. So I'm just saying. But I think also at the same time, there must be men that do because on Love Island and that, which is I mean, it's real, but it's not real. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I think some men just accept. Well, that's what most girls look like, but you know what I mean? It's yeah, not worth the price for it to only last 6 months. Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't look good either. That's the thing. Especially whenever that what people do at their jaws. I've never got that. You know, people pump their jaws up. What the fuck is that all about? You start looking like a guy. Weird. Um, right. So, um, circumstances arise that reflect our fears, giving us the opportunity to bring the disowned pieces of ourselves back to a place of love and acceptance. Already read that. Retraining the mind in the paradigm of knowing that everything's fine, cultivated by learning to put the chattering, doubting monkey mind aside. A new frequency of abundance surrounds you in whatever you're calling in. So this is the masculines. Easier said than done, maybe, but this card wants you to know that it's very achievable and the results are worth it. I feel that's connected to the cards I posted in the community tab, so go and see that. But the cards I pulled late last night were like something about being rich. So you'd kind of like that one. It was something about being rich, something about, spiritual work and something else. It just felt linked to what I'd read earlier. And again, actually, they were my cards, to be honest. So I think they were giving me a good message about it. I feel it was for quite a lot of other people. But like I've said before, when it comes to it, that's why, you know, Mary Magdalene and Jesus are like very strong guides of mine. I know a lot of yous resonate. I've got those cards here actually. It's about like, and actually, you know, I know that that's not, well, it's just the idea of like, if you do come into a lot of money, like it's good to help others, which we spoke about all this last night. And all of this is very altruistic. All of this is very Aquarius, because Aquarius is the greater good and it's helping other people. So there must be a lot of masculines that are getting downloads about things like this. Still make your best efforts in the physical world to ensure everything's fine as possible, but then let the noisy, doubting part of your mind take a vacation. You will find that a lot of energy, that you have a lot of energy for the situation at hand when less energy is spent worrying about it. And remember, with all this Aquarius, people could be very prone to worrying and overthinking and expecting the worst, catastrophizing, really. So yes, try to flip that about into excitement. Like, oh, I wonder what's in store. You know, like expect a miracle. Change can bring opportunities to pivot and positively level up. It can be a shift that we're happy about rather than one that leaves us in lack. I haven't read that yet, and it's kind of similar to what I just said. Remind yourself of your gifts and abilities. If your doubting tendencies kick in, learn to trust that you will indeed be fine. I can't stand that word fine. It's like, see, if you'd just got ready and you'd really like made a lot of effort going a night out or something. Whenever I like when I lived with my mum and dad, and I'd be like, how do I look? If my mum was you were like, fine, I'd be like, no, I need to go and change. Nobody wants to look fine. Unless it's like, damn, you're looking fine. You know, and it's like, fine, yeah, nice. Like nice or fine. It's like, no, that's, you know, there's a different way to say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way I just said it, or like, oh, you look really nice. Like that would be different. But like, you know, fine, nice. No, do better than that. Like lie if you have to, but that's no don't lie. We don't want that. We want to know how you look. This way you can get on with having all your faculties present to receive the wonderful abundance that's ready for you. Releasing attachments. The theme of letting go is also aligned with clearing. Oh my God, of course, what I've just been talking about. Because I'm always talking about that because it's what I do for people. But sometimes there are things in our life that we keep complaining about wanting to be free of, and yet they seem to keep coming back no matter what we do. Karmic situations, karmic energies. The question here is, how are you still attached to the situation? Why can't you let go? Why can't you let them go? And this can be a karmic situation of overthinking, by the way. Why are you letting them back in? But again, you see, that could be a person too. Why are you letting that friend back in when they've already shown you who they are? They fucked you over once, they'll do it again. You know what I mean? Not always the case, but quite often. Consider if there's a part of you deep down, perhaps if you're in your subconscious, that is being fulfilled by this presence. This may stem from a need for familiarity. Oh, yay. See, and I usually can't say that because it took me 2 times. Something in your upbringing. So that means it's like something you feel that you can't do or you're never going to be able to do, you're going to master. So, yeah, this may stem from a need for familiarity, something in your upbringing, or a deep need or a deep but natural fear of being alone. Again, that's when I was mentioning about codependency. And if that is really, so that's before I even read this, and I've never read this until now. So that definitely must be very strong for a lot of you, that it's like, I think rather than hiding that, it would be good for those. This is only for those of you that are either with a twin flame already or communicating with them. Rather than hiding, if that's a thing, you would be better to talk about it. And, you know, yeah, you'd just be better to talk about it because you'll find that you share some kind of commonality, like you and your twin flame. So you can empower the situation hugely by unplugging from your role in it. This way, you can be truly clear of your boundaries and take real steps to move the situation out of your life permanently. When we uncover these deep aspects, even if it makes us feel uncomfortable, we must be of integrity with ourselves and with the outer reality we're calling in. And that's why I repeat all the time, and I have on this. My sessions are not for the faint of heart. Like, we're going to unturn every hidden bit, you know, so you have to kind of be prepared for that. If we're constantly complaining about not wanting something, there's clearly an imbalance. Our subconscious will continue to magnetize the person or situation until it is cleared. which is what I help people do in my session. When you recognize there's a repeating karmic situation and I'm on your radar and you're not being able to clear it yourself, that's when it would be wise to book a session and I can help you address it. A lot of the time, just through conversation, by the way, it'll look like we're just having a nice wee chat, but it's not. Like, it is clearing the energy as I listen to you. The guides are doing it, and the light beings, and as I channel, like the healing comes through my voice. A lot of the time, there's no need to put you into hypnosis or to do a shamanic journey, but it's just good that I can do that if we need to. But a lot of the time, it's just, I don't know, the way things have evolved. It's just me sitting cross-legged doing the session a lot of times. You know what I mean? But people always get what they need. The soul people. So, this card reminds you to let go while also revisiting what letting go really means. Right. So I'm going to read this. Clearing revocation. So I think this will sound quite. I think that sounds quite powerful. Did I say hi, Renee? Hello. Yes, I've been speaking for too long actually because I need to do the signs, but it is what it is. How are you doing? What have you? I didn't catch these ones, Lexi. It's not worth the prize for only to last. Oh yeah, I read that bit. It starts off good, but then you can get carried. Have you had it before? Did you like it when you had it? Because again, it's like I'm interested to. You don't need it. You're stunning. Right. I have friends that do it for migraines, but that's about it. What do you mean? Botox for migraines? Is that a thing? Just send them to me. Right, so I felt that in my soul. You should only tell me fine if I'm fricking sweatpants. Exactly. But you see, you felt that in your soul because we're the same Venus sign. Venus in Aries is hot, man. Whether you're a man or a woman. And I don't mean like, we're not always looking our best. That's a bit of pressure. But it's kind of like it's just spicy, And Venus is actually that's quite funny. I was about to say Venus and Scorpio is spicy. Like I usually use spicy for like sexy or kind of like taboo or. But I'm just laughing because one is my Venus sign and one is my twin flames. But it's but Aries and Scorpios together are a spicy combo. I've got it within me myself. But if you are if you're an Aries and a Scorpio together, I feel they go quite well together. But but yeah, Venus and Aries is like it's passionate, you know what I mean? So giving somebody like the answer is fine or you look nice, that's no that might be all right for like one of the Venus and I don't know, Venus and Capricorn or Venus and Virgo or Venus one of the earth sign ones or one of the air sign ones, but that's not going to do for the fire sign ones or probably even the water sign ones. Like they would want to be like the water signs would be like, you look beautiful. Like, like Venus and Pisces would be like, oh, you look so beautiful. You know what I mean? Venus and Aries would be like, you look hot. You look smoking. You know what I mean? Venus and Scorpio would be like, we can't go to that party anymore. I need you now. You know what I mean? It's like I should go through like all the signs and like it's quite funny. Oh, that was fun. Right, so playing with new decks today. Oh yes, that's always fun. Yes, that's my favourite thing to do. Whether I'm on here or off here, actually. Oh, I just looked at 1919, the Sun card. You can go to a neurologist and they will give it for that and also over sweating. Oh yeah, in your armpits, which is what I can get from my doctor. Yeah. But they make you try medication for that. Yeah, because it just isn't. It's not like I said. Overall, it's not good to have that in your system. It's not just that I personally think it doesn't make people look good, but it's just not good to be in your system. But it's in your scalp, not forehead, for beauty. For all those with TMJ who always clench jaw and sleep, get medical Botox treatment for that too. It's probably where it originated, and then people have just start doing it for beauty. Be used in beneficial ways, I suppose. But yeah, I'd assume over time it's not good. Nah, it's not. It's not good to be whirling about in your system. Right. Okay. So you can close your eyes if you want to, and I'm going to read this revocation. I had the summer sun card today. Oh, cool. So close your eyes if you want to, and as I connect to the divinity within, I ask to synergize the various parts within myself, calling on those parts that are more confident with change to usher and support the parts that might be clinging to the past or feeling resistance to newness. And before I read the rest of it, I'm just going to quickly ask that a tornado of sage is whirling above the top of your head, and it goes all the way down from your soul star and crown chakra and the upper chakras down over your third eye, helping you to have crystal clear clarity and vision over what you couldn't see before, you can see now. And that Pluto energy today is definitely going to help with that. Definitely awakening, like mind blowing moments, like in that way. That's what Pluto and Aquarius would say, I feel. And with the Mercury, you would want to vocalize that, I feel, the epiphanies that you're having, either to the people that you've had the epiphany about or to others around you, or if you're like a teacher like me, maybe helping other people. But yeah, and then the energy goes all the way down to the bottom of Mother Earth, becoming the roots of the tree going out through your feet, disconnect from the old earth of fear, lack, negativity, keeping the lessons because it makes you who you are, letting go of the pain, releasing the karmic cycles, connecting to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your inner masculine, feminine, paying attention to your boundaries and other people's. And we've got, I ask the universe to support me in the traditional time and call upon my guides to help it be as easeful and graceful and enjoyable as possible. I also call upon a deeper part of myself to find optimism and gratitude for aligning with the higher frequency I am moving into, which is very, very relevant for this new moon. Because, like I said to you, originally I was going to do the challenge this week, and then I decided not to, and I'm going to do it further on in the year. Both when when I've got more energy, but just when I feel it, yeah, when I've got more energy, but just just tuning in. I just didn't feel it was time because I think I'd done that many other things. But I've basically done it in an informal way. We've definitely had a massive timeline shift, and tonight actually, once I get through the signs, it's even more so. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Right, and so I think because I've been on here for a while, I am now going to get on with the sign. I've been on here for an hour, so but because I did pull these, I pulled the masculine one today, but I'm just going to shuffle again. Can we get one more card? I just want to see if the same card comes out. Can we get a card for the feminine again today? And the masculine feminine side. And let's see, where's the feminine at? So today being whenever you watch this. Oh, I've clicked the YouTube away. Oh, that one comes out quite a lot too. I am loved. I am love. Sacral chakra. Actual energy, but it's also creative energy. So again, feminine energies massively protect your energy. That is about trust or distrust. It is about receiving or where you're not so good at receiving. So definitely, I would say for the feminine male and females and the masculine feminine side, practice receiving the love where you need it back, or fill up your own well if you're empty. Like, so for instance, I'm only sitting here today because I allowed myself to sleep in really late. I slept in so late that my dad was walking that beautiful wee dog, and he was like, I just happened to notice that your curtains were shut. And I was like, well, I was working late. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's but that's, I have to do that. If you can't burn the candle at both ends. If I've been sitting up till 2 in the morning, then and then watching Love Island on top of that, I'm going to need to sleep a bit late. But then with the way that I operate, then I get up a bit later. So I still have my breakfast and everything. It means that some days I'll have my breakfast at like 2 o'clock or something. But like I said, I'm very much American time. But not all days are like that. Some, like the other day, I was actually, well, I didn't get up at 8. I hadn't been asleep, but that's not normal. It was that day. But sometimes I might have still been awake, like couldn't get to sleep, and I can still get up in the morning and go a walk and stuff like that. But just depends, guys. Don't compare yourself to me. I'm a bit weird like that. But yeah, sacral chakra in general. Whether you're the masculine or the feminine, just pay attention to who is around you. Like, for instance, definitely if you know anything about human design, if you're a generator like me, like I'm a generator with sacral authority. So that's why I can sit for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's also part of the type of shaman that I am. Now, not everybody has that energy. I've worked hard to be able to do that. And it doesn't affect me like it affects other people. Like, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying I'm going to need to rest tomorrow. I might only get through half the signs and actually feel all right to do it tomorrow night. So, but right now, I would say no, and because I want to just power through and do them all, because that's how I prefer to do it. But yeah, but definitely protect your actual energy. So your actual energy is your I'm saying actual for obvious reasons, but it's um it's your creativity. So you shouldn't let people siphon that, like it's kind of like it's like if like in the physical, it would be like if you had like a friend, but like some people have got friends that aren't even like, and I don't mean like fake friends, I mean like you've got like acquaintances or like some kind of neighbor that's always coming round, and every single time they're popping round they're like victim mode and telling you all this shitty stuff and gossip and or just basically poor me kind of energy, and it's draining you, like that's different from if you've got someone that you're friends with that is going through a hard time in life, um or if you're that person that's having you're allowing somebody else to be there for you. If you are the person that's just allowing somebody to just constantly drain your energy, well, guess what, they're going to keep on doing it if you keep allowing it. So, and that's a Pluto conjunct Mercury communication. You have to set the boundaries there. But I know that for masculine male and females that I've spoke to, it's very hard to set boundaries if you've never been taught how to, or like you've tried to and get people laugh in your face, which is quite common. That's particularly if you've got like narcissistic or like quite toxic energies around it. Like it's going to take quite a lot, and actually these are like those kind of situations would probably be like when I referred to actually having to cut people like that off. And that's where actually some of these other channels, these massive ones that talk about like kind of, yeah, basically toxic kind of environments like that, and like well, either narcissists or like narcissistic like family and partners and stuff like that, they can go deeper. I mean, I talk about that too, but they can go sort of deeper into that. And it's like, because again, I'm seeing that I always forget it. It's Patrick something, the guy with the glasses, and he's great. He's got a big channel, but like I've said before, I think he is really good. But I think you need to be you need to kind of know whether it was relevant to you or not, because you don't want to go the other way, like kind of make it a thing if it wasn't, but you don't want to gaslight yourself either. So anyway, you can use your own discernment there. But quite a lot of times you'll put posts up probably like near of it every day, and it's like you can't like, yeah, it's just exactly what I just said. You can't reason with somebody that's going to laugh in your face if you try to set a boundary or like boundaries in it. You know what I mean? You can't reason with that. So you actually have to choose yourself in that situation and know that you're not wrong. They are overstepping the mark with you or other people, and choose yourself. And that's loving yourself. And that's why I say it takes a lot of work. So it takes a lot of courage if you are choosing yourself, setting boundaries, putting yourself first. In some cases, you're putting your family first too, because if you've got children that are watching you be treated like that, whether they're your children or other children around you, that's who you've got to think of too. You've got to break the generational curses for the next generation, because children will just continue to repeat it. It's like what I say all the time, like people that, again, I don't like going too deep into that too much, but I actually do probably more than other people. Like, because I'm so passionate about protecting children and healing the inner child, such a very outdated belief is that, you stay for the kids to help them. Like, there's so much evidence to prove you're actually going to do your kid like way more damage by staying in something, especially if it was really toxic. But you know what I mean? What is really toxic? Like, some people would know that's like if there's like physical abuse, but actually spiritual, mental, emotional abuse is just as bad. And like, where someone's being manipulated and or threatened, or like however bad this is. So again, like I said, that's Pluto conjunct Mercury stuff coming out there. So it's not going to apply to everyone, but it will. And for some of you, you might be, a lot older or whatever, and you can recognize this for like, you know, childhood traumas. It goes on and on and on. It's a bit of a minefield, but But the point is don't continuously try to reason and set boundaries with someone that is going to basically they're not ever going to agree with you. You're always going to be the one that's wrong, and in those cases, I bet it isn't. It's they're the one that's toxic and wrong, and because these are the people that they're never wrong. They're always right, kind of thing. Nurturing touch. Allow yourself to be held in a caring hug. Oh, look how beautiful that is. That's the masculine's one as well. And I've just talked about receiving. So you see, the sacral chakra for the feminine energy is for the feminine, but the sacral chakra is also for the masculine's feminine side. And then this is for the masculine, like basically overall, the masculine needs a nurturing touch. Allow yourself to be held and have a caring hug. That's like when I said men, sorry, I mean, this is some of it could seem sexist or generalizing, but hopefully you know my heart. And to be honest with you, like I've said, it's fucking I don't usually go that deep into explaining it. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to cater for, but basically, yeah, the people that know my heart know my heart. If you don't, then I couldn't give a fuck. Go and watch somebody else. Do you know what I mean? I know my heart. I'm of integrity, basically. But what I'm trying to say is, um, I'm going to use the example of a man with like Venus and Pisces, or like a Pisces moon, or even Pisces, Pisces anything, or Cancer anything, or Scorpio anything, would have a very feminine side that would kind of crave that. And if you don't have either a partner that's like that, like if you've got a partner, it's kind of like a toxic kind of Empress in reverse, like not very loving, not very cuddly, it's that someone would be craving that. But then you've got other situations where someone actually has never craved it because they've never had it, and then they'll kind of like retract from it. But then once you heal, you might actually find shit. You actually are that type of person, but it was, hidden away. So it's just see what it is for you. But in general, because Venus is in Pisces for everyone right now, you could just be really in your feels in general, feeling the collective energy. So it can go loads of different ways. It really just depends where it is in your chart. Like for instance, actually that with what I'm saying there, like the Venus in Pisces for me is it my fourth or my fifth? It's either in my fourth or my fifth right now. So you know what I mean? It's like the fourth is the feelings and family and feeling at home with someone. So that is very like romantical and feelsy wheelsy, and whereas when it goes into the fifth, that's like that would be more like sensual, I would say, because the fifth house is like the actual energy, and or like if we're talking about not stuff to do with love, it would be like creative with like art and painting and it just could go. There's so many ways. There's so many ways it could look. But yeah, occupy your being, reside fully in your skin, merge your soul, merge soul with every cell. But again, the soul. So that, and I didn't mean to pull two cards, but I'm glad I did. Like the masculine, whether you're male or female. Oh, look at that as well. Oh, I suppose it's because it's about a hug. But look at the wee people, the wee stick men, right? And then look at that. That does look like expansive energy. The masculine's energy is becoming more expansive, which again, that word is coming up so much, but it's true. Like if you're the masculine, your energy's becoming big. Like the feminines have already been in that, giving it go bigger, go home, big soul energy. And the masculines, you've been like keeping it all inside and trying to play a part as somebody that you once were, but you're not anymore for the ones I'm speaking to. And it's like, you need to break outside the box and let your soul expand. And that's where the twin flames come together. I just let that flow through. That was beautiful. Right. Okay. So, you know what? I'm actually wondering whether when I finish this, do I need to go for my tea? Like usually I don't eat until like after, even if I finish like really late. But I'm feeling quite hungry. I think I will need to have a bit of a break after this to just eat something. Right, okay, so because that was very romantical and because I've channeled in the written post earlier, which see if you watch the videos, whether you're new or whether you've been here ages, just take a wee look at the community tab, every couple of days or something if you feel guided, because I do put stuff there that might be relevant to any of you, or it might be things about, if I've got deals on and stuff like that, or like, but But I put that, yeah, no, that is where I put it actually. Like, I put it's in the description too, but also like I'm going to put more pick a card written things here, but I'll only do it if people get involved. Right. And then if I put the written card, like I'll put the comments on. I just need to. I think there might be a way actually. I'm going to do that. I'm going to not today, but maybe tomorrow when I'm resting and kind of just doing a bit of housework and chilling around the house. Like I think I might see if I can go in and edit some of the posts and put the. Yeah, I think you can. Right. Anyway, thinking out loud. What have we got from Mary Magdalene? Whenever I say thinking out loud, it always reminds me of the Ed Sheeran song "Thinking Out Loud," which I don't actually like, but in case it's relevant. Right. Give me a Mary Magdalene card for the feminine. Replenish and recharge. Look, every time I ask about the feminine, not every time, but a lot of the time, it's always like rest, recharge, stay still, because the masculines are like preparing to be in masculine mode or they're already in it. And then also, I just said that's what I need to do tomorrow is replenish. Well, I didn't say replenish and recharge, but I'm sure I did say something like that. So, yes, feminines replenish and recharge, and masculines where you need to do that too, because that is also your feminine energy. You need to honor your feelings. And wow, sorry for being extra, but sorry, not sorry, because now we've got retreat on the back. I love that card too. That's about where she goes off into the woods to connect with Jesus. Wolves as well. I don't normally get this with this card, but I like this is what I just said because they made me talk about the like wolf medicine and that term wolf in sheep's clothing or snake medicine and that term snake in the grass are two very different things. Like know when to recognize it. Like in my case, like I work with both those energies and I'm good at spotting them in other people's lives. Retreat. Definitely retreat, recharge, replenish feminines and masculine feminine side. What have we got for the masculine? Now I'll be interested if that card comes out about be on guard, which has got Jesus on it, or true love cannot hide, then that'd be quite interesting. But if none of these cards come out, I've said it, but let's see. For the masculine. Oh, I was going to say, or one of the ones where they're both on it. Look at that. Blessed be incoming messages. But to me, that's always about incoming communication. And particularly those of you that, you have got this new moon aspect and things to do with communication. But I think even it is just to do with like, but don't get your hopes up because for me, it wasn't twin flame communication because I'm doing that every day. It was my new microphone. Do you like my new microphone? Let go. Get back on there. But for others, it could mean like, oh, for fuck's sake, how did I put that back on? What you doing there, friend? By the way, this black bit isn't a bra. It's a thermal vest. I just wanted to make that clear. It's because I've actually got a purple bra on. And I didn't want you to see it. I can show you a wee bit though. Look, see, it's a nice colour of purple. See? The cat is very beautiful. That's being extra. Right, so. Oh shit, I just shuffled. Oh no, I just shuffled and it ended up on the back again. Recognition. Do you know what? That means something. Everything means something. So because I just shuffled and it ended there again, right? What that means is you can shuffle things about, and when the masculine like tries to go to other people or be in denial or run away, or is this my person? I don't know if this is my person. Is this my twin flame? I don't know if I even believe in twin flames. Is this my soulmate? What's the all the shit that happens to the masculine side, especially in a Venus and Pisces when that can cause confusion, it always ends up the feminine. Because when you're a true twin flame, and I don't know that, I'm going to be honest, I don't know that every single person watching this is a true twin flame, because how the fuck am I meant to know who's tuning in? But all I know is, I do know that most of you are, because most people that talk have had a session with me. Not everyone, or you probably will at some point, because you wouldn't be hanging around that long for. Again, there are people that lurk. There are people, and like I always say to them, go and find something else to do. If you're not getting any benefit from this, if it's just to sit and send me shitty energy and be a nosy fucker, please just go and find something else to do. You're putting bad juju out there, and it's only going to come back and hit you 10 times harder. And not because I'm sending you in, it's just because God doesn't take kindly to that kind of shit. But anyway, recognition. The masculines are going to be given, like, they're going to be sent, like, basically communicating that they recognize this connection. For those of the masculines that hadn't already recognized it, but they're going to be coming forward. That's what it means. Right. And I feel we need to shuffle these. And then, like I said, I'm going to go off. I'm just going to, I don't know, go and eat a bagel or something like that. And then I'll be able to sit. I'm going to fuel myself up, which is weird because I don't usually need to do that, but I'm trusting my body. That's what I mean. It's good to tap into your intuition, but it's good to be in touch with your body too. And I am fully integrated in my masculine and feminine, and I'm like, nah, I need something to eat. Freedom, which is also freedom is to do with Aquarius energy, being a free spirit, healthy space and room to breathe. That's what true twin flames do for each other. Because you know that you're never really apart. And again, I know that I hate that too. I hate the word hate, but I can't stand when it's like, you're never really, it's true, you aren't. You always feel their energy around, but you'd much rather physically be with them. But the point is, the way that I always see it, would you rather be with your, like, if you're the divine feminine, would you rather, or either, I think it goes for either, right? Would you rather be with your twin flame now, right, in the physical, but like deep down knowing that you need to heal more, and that you're just going to get in each other's tits and you're going to trigger each other too much, and it's just going to be overall not a great experience. Or would you rather that you had that space and time to heal and pull back your own energy, do the surgery over yourself or however, heal, and then you come back around to that physical connection, meeting, reunion, whatever you want to call it, union, when you've both healed enough to actually talk about it and move forward in whatever way you choose to do that, which is for most people that's to be together. You know what I mean? It's up to you, but unfortunately some people would be like, oh, although it's toxic and you need to heal, you want to be together, but it's not. Don't be like that. We're here to create a new paradigm. It's not healthy. There's loads of people that are in relationships like that, and I don't know how they do it, to be honest, but but I'm here to help you. Like I said, I'm just being honest. I personally couldn't be in something like that, but I can help you with it. But it's just because of who I am and what I came here to do. And I know there's loads of different reasons why people end up in something like that, and it's forgiveness. Yeah. Allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. And again, this Pluto conjunct Mercury, if you were having conversations, like if twin flames are having conversations with each other, this is a brilliant energy to just get it all out there, clear the energy, and let the past go. And that's how I ended last night's live stream. But also, that could equally be like letting go of the past, having really important, intense conversations with like ending karmic situations. And just especially because responsibility is on the back. Romance interrupted, duties come first. Because that's like how for a lot of twin flames, that is what either is the cause of a separation, but it's never the true cause. It's one of the things that happens to make a separation. But what can prolong it is when children come about. And like I've said, I would hope for most connections, it's like children that were planned and come about because somebody's spiritually asleep and they think it's the right person. But obviously children come about in other ways too. But also, which are, serendipity, happy accidents, right? That's not spell work. But there's also the other kind where we've got toxic karmic energies that, now this isn't everyone again, so I always stress when I say this, don't like talking about this stuff. I don't want to get that deck either, but they're making me talk about it, and I know why. It's because of Pluto. And if you want to go and see videos about that, you can check all the other ones, but it is important with Pluto conjunct Mercury, because Mercury's communication and Pluto is secrets and like dark secrets. that toxic karmic energies can be the kind of people that try to trap people. You know, like they would stalk and watch and target and be like, for instance, he looks like he's got money, he's single, I could go in there and get him, you know, a gold digger. You know what I mean? I'm tempted to start singing Gold Digger, but I can't remember all the words, or I can't sing it. But it's, you know, so that isn't everyone's karmic energy, because some people's karmic energy, you could have had quite a nice time together and it just fizzles out. And but usually I'll have to go, it just isn't that. For the people I help, it most of the time isn't that. Maybe a handful of people I've helped, it's always way darker. So only you'll know what resonates. And it's kind of like, but yeah, just so watch your back, men, because I'm not going to say women because, well, actually, I always say that, but there are men that trap women with babies too. Do you know what I mean? Like where they would actually just to keep you stuck, and that's toxic too. But it's more so I'm always warning the men, but it is wise. So, um, manifesting the one very soon, your true love will arrive. Yeah, let's go to that. Let's go to that place with the Venus and Pisces and leave all the toxic shit behind. But they did want it to be. I'm just a messenger. Honest communication. Expect a heart to heart conversation. And you better tell me out there when that happens. Email me. Right. So I'm going to catch the comments and then I'm going to, I think I read that all actually. I'm going to just go for my wee, I'll come back at 8. It's like nearly 10 to 8. So I'll go to have a wee bagel or something and then I'll come back. Oh yeah, I've already read this, been there, done that, and you probably said that like 20 minutes ago or something. So yes, if you want to come back, join me. Let's actually shuffle to see what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm like, am I going to get through all the signs? The thing is, I would be able to get through all the signs if I could stick to like 10 minutes each. But it never happens. I'm always like, I've got so many fucking cards that I'm like, I need to use them all. Not them all either, by the way. I've got like hundreds of cards. But even like right now, I've got like I just won't use them all. I'll just use eating now. You made me hungry. So, sorry about that. The thing is, I'm seeing a bagel. All I've had today is I had a bagel with bacon and cream cheese and tomatoes, and I eat that most days. But I can't eat that again. I actually could eat that again, but I'm not gonna have cheese or something or something easy. I could only. I've got loads of things. Right. So, what sign are we going to start with? And that the thing is, I actually like doing it in order. I like doing it Aries through to Pisces, but that's what I like. But it's not, I need to take into account to, and basically, so I like to change things up. You know what I mean? Like, but it does make me uncomfortable because I'm like, I want to do it that way, but I'm trusting them that it's like, and I think they're teaching you it's like you can't always control things. Like if I had it my way, I would just start with Aries, go through to Pisces, but so that's just an analogy. I know it's that deep. I don't think anyone would really care. If you think about it, I could see why people would care. Like, for instance, if you were Pisces, if I was sitting here doing this for hours, or if I didn't get around to doing the next 6 signs, it means Pisces always getting like me when I'm like wilting. I don't know if I ever really wilt, to be honest, but you know what I mean? I do, like when it starts to get at the end. What are you guessing what's coming next? Let's see if Sagittarius comes out, that'll be interesting. I was like, it's Taurus. So we've got Taurus. Taurus is what I will do. And on this card, I wonder if I'm starting a message already. It's got sisterhood on it, and that card really pulled me in earlier. So I feel when I do get to the Taurus message, I think there's either going to be something about a strong sisterhood or brotherhood, like friendships around you, or more than likely going to be something about, um, yeah, I think it's going to pick up on toxic friendships again or something, just because of the aspects today. And Aries is behind it, but I'll shuffle for it. So I'm going to come back with Taurus at 8 o'clock. And like I said, everybody's got Sagittarius, that's BF. Ah, right. Everybody's got a second house, which is to do with your money, assets, your money, assets, home, finances, valuing yourself. And you'll have that in a sign. And then everybody also has Taurus somewhere in your chart. And some of you have, I think that would be if you're Aries rising, some of you actually have Taurus in the second house. So like I said, you'll see what I mean. It'll make sense. Like, you know, some of you might have, like me and Lex have got Mercury in Taurus. It could make sense for us in that way. So, but if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. So just, we'll see. Right. Okay. I was just going to actually leave and not think. So I'm going to end this and then I'll come back in 10 minutes, 9 minutes. But might be a bit late, but we'll just see. I think I'll be on time. See you later. Book a session if you need one, people. But I won't be back to work till Tuesday. See you later. Well, I'll be back to do live stream though.